Hello, hello. Welcome to Dentistry Gone Wild. Another Monday, another week. We are happy to be with you all, talking everything about mobile dentistry and teledentistry. Sonya, I'm so happy to see you. Listeners, I'm so happy to be with you today. So, Sonya, it's a Monday. So, how was your weekend?
Oh, it was amazing. It was amazing. Had a very relaxed weekend. Just getting ready to get prepared for the holidays. I'm
Mhm.
getting ready for that. I know it's a little bit early, but I'm feeling it in the air. This fall is just giving me that I'm getting this feeling of just warm and fuzzy that I always get around this time of year. I don't know if I told you, this is my favorite time of the year. It's
Is it
not
really?
summer, it is this time of the year, it is fall.
Wow, I did not know that. So even when you were living up north and all the other places you've lived, fall is
Yeah,
still
yes, because I love the changing of the leaves, which we do not get in Florida, but especially when I lived up north, how the leaves change different colors. That was so pretty. I love the pumpkins. I love the apple cider. I love the buzz with the shopping. I love the crisp, cold air. I love wearing my boots. You know, I got
there
to
you
take it to
go.
fashion.
That's it.
I love
That's
wearing my
it.
boots and my sweaters that's fitted with my tight jeans, baby. Yes. And then I could put a hat on. I'll just be
Mhm.
so sexy. I can't stand
Yeah,
myself. I
you can
can't
do
stand
fall
myself
sexy.
right now.
Well, my kids started decorating the house for Halloween
Oh
back in
wow.
the summer. So now I've lived with Halloween decorations hanging up the entire summer, and yeah, it's lots of fun, Sonya. Lots of fun
Do
living
your
with those.
kids go trick or treating?
They do, but it's the social distance trick or treating now. So
They
everyone,
throw the candy, right? They just throw it at them. Just
they
throw
throw
it.
it or they hook up these pipes or and they send it, shoot the candy down the pipes. It's pretty cool. I mean, we thought it was only going to last one quarantine Halloween, but now it's like this is the second one, and so yeah, but people are going to really up their game with these devices now. Seriously, they were some pretty cool ones. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, so
But
here we
listen, they're
are.
wearing masks, so that's good. They're going to have on masks, so that keeps them. I mean, that's the perfect time for
I
masks, right?
know. Perfect. It's absolutely perfect. Anyway, so I'm just trying to figure out how much Halloween candy I'm going to steal from my kids this year without them knowing it.
Still all the chocolate. Still all
I
the
know.
chocolate. They don't need it. They
Yes.
don't. They
No.
don't. Your girls don't appreciate chocolate yet. They don't
Nope.
understand it.
Mm-mm. Unless they can keep the dark chocolate. Oh, you're probably a dark chocolate fan. Are you a dark chocolate fan?
Snickers, Reese cups, yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But Melissa, it's always good to chat with you. Are you feeling the momentum of the conference building up? I mean, this is getting kind of like I know it's not to 2022, but it's just something in my tummy because we have so many great speakers, so many great bands, so much is going to happen in Vegas on the strip with mobile dentistry. Are you feeling this? Are you able to sleep good at night?
No, you know me so well. This is okay. So from here on out, this is when I do not sleep. So, if anybody wants to text me in the middle of the night to keep me entertained, that's fine. Please do, because I cannot sleep because I get so excited for all of us to get together. And I don't even care that's in Vegas. I just care that the community is getting together and we're vulnerable and we'll get to be in each other's space, probably with some kind of social distancing. Who knows what'll happen at this time? But oh my goodness, I'm so excited. What about you, Sonya? You're feeling it? You're starting to feel it?
I'm feeling it. I feel it in the air. It's something in the air. Because, see, you and I were on this before the pandemic, but you and
Mhm.
I know that mobile and teledentistry will never, ever be the same. And I'm
Mhm.
so glad when we were on the front of this. We
Mhm.
had a conference before COVID. Actually,
Mhm.
I mean, our first conference was like, as soon as it was over, it was like the country shut down. So I was like, wow. So I'm just glad that we're on the cusp of this. I'm glad that we're able to bring you all, our audience, our partners, our community, we're able to bring you the very best in mobile teledentistry. And that leads into this. We have a guest on this show. I never thought I would meet anybody as passionate as I am. But this young lady, she kind of took my heart, Melissa, when we were at the under one roof. She kind of,
Yes.
she's just she's pure. She's pure. Is that am I
Mhm.
saying that right?
Pure.
Pure,
She's
pure,
pure. Pure.
pure,
Pure.
pure.
Yes.
Dry mouth. And she's pure. She's she's real and she's just down to earth. I want to bring on Amber. I never say her last name right, and she knows it, and she'll say it herself. Hey, Amber, welcome.
Hi, thank you. Y'all are so sweet. Yeah, I'm Amber Lovatos or
And
Lovatos. The American way is fine
I know.
too.
I say Lovatos. I mean, you're that
Yeah.
sexy like accent. I'm just like
Yeah,
Amber Lovatos. Like this is who she is.
I am the Latina RDH, so I have to say Lovatos. And my dad
Yes.
tells me, he's like, "You say Lovatos, right? You don't say Lovatos." I'm like, "Yes, pa, say Lovatos."
Amber, what did you call yourself?
The Latina RDH.
So you owning your name now, right?
Yes, I'm owning it now. Sonia knows I was nervous the first time I said that in front of a huge audience, but I think representation is really important. Vocal representation is important. So thanks, Sonia, for that, helping me get that courage.
That's it. We got to cheer for you, each other. So listen, tell us everything that you're doing um, in the community. You're
Yeah.
in mobile dentistry. Could you talk about that?
Yeah, so I am the dental director of a nonprofit clinic in Texas. We call it Tamagua. We're a nonprofit, so we are not funded by the government. We're funded by government from community donations, individual donations. We provide comprehensive dental care, so we do everything pretty much except for ortho and implants. And our care is affordable. So our fillings are $10 to $20, extractions are $25, crowns are $150. So very, very affordable care. And so part of my job is to identify barriers to care. And so when I started, I was looking at the things that we were doing. And one of those things was why we say that we serve these three counties, Tomball, Magnolia, and Waller. Yet in Waller, we only see 1% of Waller patients. And for those who live in Magnolia, they have a really difficult time coming to the other county, Tomball, to get their care. So I applied for a grant through the ADHA, and I received $10,000 to buy portable hygiene equipment. And now I provide hygiene services under general supervision in Waller County and in Montgomery County. We also do school visits. So we go to Title I schools and we do free screenings and Freud applications. We're moving now forward with doing sealants as well. And I've been working in public health, not employed, but volunteering in public health all my career. I've volunteered and organized over 40 outreach events. And in that process, I started to get really interested in teledentistry. So in 2017, I started researching it and found out that dentists in Texas couldn't really use teledentistry. Our rules in Texas say that exams must be both visual and tactile, which was fine. I mean, it meant we could do screenings, right? And we could do consultations, but we couldn't use teledentistry to its full ability. Until 2020, when our state board said that we could not use teledentistry at all, which was really difficult for those of us for all of us in dentistry, but especially I feel like for those of us in public health, because we didn't have a way to connect with our patients. But luckily, we had that restrictive legislation by the state dental board helped this teledentistry legislation pass. And now we have teledentistry here in Texas. We're super excited about it. It's really going to be promising for hygienists because it also adds expanding where we can work. We can work now in schools, in patients' homes, in healthcare institutions. I mean, still under the supervision of a dentist, but it allows for a lot of things like reimbursement starting January 22. So that's kind of what I do. I'm public health dental hygienist. I try to be innovative and caring for people, and I'm super blessed to be able to serve.
Now, Amber. Okay, so there's lots in that I wanted to just stop you and be like, hey, like tell me more about this. But number one, the teledentistry story in Texas is quite a story, right? It's like, and I mean, you know this as well as anybody, but like to go back and forth, it's lesson learned for Texas to take away teledentistry and then say that it can come back it's one of these times where it's like we can't overthink teledentistry. We have to keep it simple. It's a way to communicate, right?
Right.
And so once you start thinking of it like that, then we can see the legislation go forward. We can see the advancements. And so congratulations to
Thanks.
you, to the dental community in Texas for passing that and for being innovative and getting with the times. But okay, so back up just a smidge. The thing that I wanted to touch on is you said, and I think I wrote it down here, that you have either planned or volunteered with over 40 outreach events.
Yeah.
So can you take us back to that and tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. So yeah, when I graduated hygiene school, I like to tell the story that I was nothing special in hygiene school. I didn't get any awards. I wasn't number one. Nobody thought like Amber's going to go out and do great things. But I thought that I wanted to do great things for me. And outreach and service is something that I deeply care about. So I've organized like over 40 outreach events, oral cancer screening events, sealant days, fluoride care days. I've recruited volunteers for Veterans Days. I volunteered for Special Smiles. I have a son who has a disability, so that's very close to my heart. I volunteered with Mission of Mercy, not just volunteering the day of Mission of Mercy, but being on the planning committee, which is like a 6-month commitment, going to meetings after work. I organized the pre-screening event for Mission of Mercy in Houston, which means finding location, getting donations, recruiting volunteers. And so I've done public health and outreach, all 8 years of my career, but I haven't actually been paid for it until recently, until I started working at Tamagua.
Wow. And Amber, let me say something. I have to take you back. Melissa started taking back, so I'm gonna take back. First of all, you are special.
Oh, thanks.
You said you were nothing special in hygiene school. You are special. So let's just be clear.
Sure, thanks.
Everybody has something special about
Absolutely.
So you are special. So you got to take that back. But one thing that I want to horn in on, all you have to do is have a desire.
Absolutely.
If you have a desire to do something, if you take one step, the universe, God, whoever you want to believe, it's gonna follow you.
Yeah.
If you take the step to try, it's gonna follow you. And a lot of people who start out doing some sort of public health, it just took that one step. And Amber, you're kind of nervousy about taking a step, but you're brave. And that's what I want to tell people. It's okay to be nervous. It's okay to be afraid, but just try to be brave. I'm afraid on almost everything I do, but I'm a brave person.
Yeah.
And take a step. I took one step, like with you, with helping my grandmother. It was one step in a nursing home. And it started out free. Sometimes you do have to put some skin in the game. Sometimes you have to volunteer. To get in nursing homes, I have to go and do a lot of free services, not dental services, but I do a lot of free educational services, free screenings. And then one day that nursing home will call and say, well, our company messed up. Can you come in? And I'm just so happen to say yes. So sometimes you have to give a little bit to get a whole lot. But if you're giving it from your heart, it doesn't matter. It works for you, right?
I agree. No, yeah. So when I started volunteering, I was an educator. I taught at the University of Texas. I was clinic coordinator. I thought that was like my dream job. I was going to sit on that. And then this position became open and somebody recommended me because they knew the work that I do. And I love my job. I do administrative work and reports and stuff, but I also get to be out in the community serving people. It's amazing. It's the best of both worlds. I'm super, super blessed.
I love it. Mel, you're bursting. I know you have something to say. Say it.
I'm waiting here patiently, Okay, so here's the thing, and the sun is crazy, so I'm going to back up here, but please know I want to be like up here and engaged right now. But okay, so here's the thing of dental hygienists, but not just dental hygienists, all of dentistry, all of healthcare. Healthcare providers are the most giving people that I know. I mean, we spend our lives willing to bend over backwards just to, advance somebody's health a millimeter, right? And especially as hygienists in the op. And so to hear a fellow public health colleague just be so passionate and to say that, you found your calling and to say that you are so happy working this. It makes me so happy because that's part of my story, and I know that's part of Sonya's story as well. And I think that like once we step out of the traditional op and go into a public health arena, then our eyes are open and we see the room for improvement in an industry. So Amber, thank you so much for, for doing what you do, for getting where you got, and for continuing. And I have a feeling, Amber, that this is not going to be your final resting place for your career. I just have this feeling that we're going to see you in the Latin RDH, somewhere else pretty soon. So, so thank you for all that you're doing. So what is a typical day look like for you right now? Are you mobile? Are you going out clinical? Are you speaking? Yeah. What's it look like for you?
Right. So today, so not every day, but 2 days out of the week, I do clinical mobile hygiene. So one day I go to Montgomery County and the other day I go to Waller County, and the days sometimes vary. And then we sometimes go to schools, but typically I'm in my office 3 days a week doing administrative work, doing reports, applying for grants, things to, bring back to our community, to our dental clinic. But then, I do mobile hygiene. So I have portable units that I take with me and we unload. And so I know how crazy that world is. It is so hectic and it's an adventure. It's so much fun, but sometimes really strange things happen. It's interesting. I've had things like spill on the ground because I thought my portable unit, the one that I bought, buying the cheapest thing isn't always the best thing, but that's, it's all I had. So I bought this portable HVE and it has a bucket, but on the inside, it has like this collector, and the other LVE that I had also had a collector, and that's where it collected all the debris. Well, I thought the same thing, that this HVE did the same thing, but that's not what it did. On the back of it, on the back of it had this little like tube that was supposed to go into a bucket, but I didn't know to put a bucket there. And so then all over the ground. So it's an adventure.
It's an adventure, but it's fun. That's what you said.
It is fun. It gives me stories, and it's something different than your traditional hygiene day. And so it is nice. And my patients are super appreciative, and they do not care that it is not a traditional setting. They are happy that we're in their community, that they can walk to their appointment. They don't have to depend on other people to drive them there. It's easier for them. So we serve primarily Hispanics and Latinos. And when we think about like my community, and a lot of them immigrated here when they were adults. So in their country, they weren't driving. And now you're asking them to drive in a big city like Houston, where people are a little crazy. That's really intimidating for them. So getting them out of their community, a lot of them, that's like why I think they end up in rural parts of Texas instead of in the big city, because it's too much. And so now we get to be in their community, increasing care, providing the care. And they're so appreciative. They bring me gifts like seeds and stuff, and it just like reminds me of like home. It's so nice. It's hard on your body, yes. It's an adventure, yes. But I wouldn't change it. It's my favorite days out of the week, just providing hygiene care.
Amber, something you said, when you said something just a minute ago, you said serving the Latino community. I felt your pride.
Yeah.
I
love my community.
Pride, and some people are going to get offended about this.
Yeah, that's okay.
But that's okay. Click off this pride. Bye. Yeah. Because it's nothing wrong with being prideful and have an honor to serve your community. Yeah. I love going into the African American community because people like seeing people that look like them.
Yeah. Who can communicate with them.
People like seeing people that can talk like them.
Yes.
That understand them, that understand their culture, that understand their food, that understand their music. It's just what it is. So I when you said that, I just felt your pride. You know what I'm saying? And I can relate to that. So thank you for what you're doing. Texas needs a million of you. They need a million of you all over there to serve this community. So this is a hard question I'm going to ask you.
Sure.
What can you do to multiply you in your community?
That's
what leaders do. Leaders duplicate themselves. So how can you do that?
Yeah. So I've been going around and teaching people about mobile hygiene and teledentistry now. I mean, teledentistry since 2017, even before we were allowed to use teledentistry, because I wanted teledentistry to become a reality in Texas, because I knew the impact that it would have on our communities, whatever your community is, whatever it is, that community that connects to you. It doesn't have to be my community. It could be whatever community connects to you, right? But how we can serve them. And so I've been educating them, really not making any money off of speaking back then. Now I'm a little bit more blessed, but back then it was just, I will talk to anybody about teledentistry, and I will teach you about mobile hygiene and how I do it and what I've learned and my struggles. And so that's kind of what I've been doing. Really, I've been going around trying to educate people. I have a social media page where I talk about my failures and my adventures and the things that are working and how other hygienists can do it.
Wow. Thank you for sharing your story. You're super duper. What do you want to say later?
She is super duper. And it's, finding someone else who shares the passion, who gets it, and who has a positive outlook is a precious thing. So Amber, thank you so much for being here. If somebody wants to reach out to you, what's the best contact information?
Well, they can email me, or I'm on social media. I have a couple of social media pages. I'm on Facebook. I'm Amber Lovatos, Lovatos. I'm also the Latina RDH on Instagram. I don't have that many followers on there, but I also have I don't. I have a social media page called Dental Hygiene Spark with two of my friends, and we talk about a variety of dental stuff, and I tend to post a lot on there. So yeah, y'all can follow me. You can email me. I'm AM and then my last name, lovatos@gmail.com. But I'm always available to answer questions. If you're interested or have questions or fears, I'm totally here.
Would you, if someone wanted you to speak at their hygiene association or at their event conference, are you available for that?
Absolutely, always. If I could bring Sonya with me.
Motivational.
Sonya and I are going to go. Sorry, Melissa.
Whatever. Share the love.
You're amazing. Amber, we hope to have you. Our conference would not be complete without you being in Vegas. So could you please mark your calendar?
I am coming, yes.
Vegas, bring the family. There's kid-friendly areas to do. But we need you to see everything. And this is why this is important. Because mobile dentistry, we're so disjointed. And what Melissa and I are trying to do is bring all of us together under a hub so that we can grow together. Mobile dentistry has been around for years, but now it's coming more prevalent. More hygienists are getting involved, more dentists are involved. And our conference is just not around hygienists, it's dentists and hygienists. So we want to bring you all together. When everyone's together, if anybody's listening that been here, been at our conference, it's like a big family reunion. It's like you already know each other because we have something in common. Like Amber, when you and I first met, we had something in common. We just started talking about it. We were like, oh my God, we're out here in the hinges, in the field. So, you have that common, no matter who you are, what you look like. If you're a mobile provider, whether you're doing underserved or whether you're doing corporate, what Melissa and I call grown and sexy, however it looks. If you're in an office, if you're in a dental office and you just have an arm of teledentistry out of the office and you're sending up maybe an assistant or a hygienist out, you come under this hub with us, you're going to enjoy it. It's what mobile dentistry and teledentistry needed, right, Em?
I know.
Yes.
I agree. I was presenting this weekend, and I told them, y'all need to follow Dentistry's Gone Wild. I am a teledentistry speaker. I do I research this, I do this. But I still listen to Dentistry's Gone Wild because I like to hear what everybody else is doing. You can be so creative, and I don't know everything, so I'm excited to go in to learn. And I've been in this space, so I'm super excited. Y'all are amazing. Thank y'all for doing this.
You're welcome. And I'm more excited because this year more than ever, we're seeing the intentional conversation happen about mobile delivery, about telehealth, and it's happening from the big brands, from the insurance companies, from the DSOs. The conferences that Sonya and I have been at, even if they're not mobile dentistry and teledentistry related, the conferences we've been at this year have been just inundated with talk about mobile dentistry and teledentistry. And it's happening around the world too. And that's something I think for all of us as we're listening to these podcasts and as we're focused on what we're doing in the here and now, know that it's also happening around the world, that this is taking off, not just in the US, that in Canada and overseas and Australia. And we've got some things in the works coming for you all about that later on, but we can't spill the beans yet. But Amber, thank you so much for being here today. Everyone, thank you so much for listening. Sonya and I are happy. She's going to go get a phone call, right? She is a busy woman. But we are just so thankful to be with you every week. Thank you for spending time with us. Please reach out. Please, if you want to call us or send us a DM, PM, or email us or whatever, please reach out with your questions and comments. Sonya, do you want to wrap?
Yes. And listen, thank you all for listening to our podcast. Please click, like, and share this video on all your social platforms. And please join us in March 3rd through 5th at the National Mobile and Teledentistry Conference. You will not regret it. Thank you for being a part of our community, and thank you for listening wherever you're listening from. Your mama's house, your daddy's house, your motorcycle, you jogging, you walking, you in the kitchen. Thank you for listening to Dentistry Gone Wild. Bye.
Love you all.